check. Wow. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Tuesday Dharma gathering tonight. Donald J. Trump center stage. Donald J. Trump taking center stage on the world stage. Donald Trump making his way to jail today, making his way to Manhattan prison. Prison for Trump. Meditation for everybody else. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Bada bada bing, bada bing. How do we stop this thing? Waiting for the stream to catch up. What a day in history. What a day in history. The former president of the United States charged with 34 felony charges. Politicians, they hate each other so much now, they're literally using the criminal justice system to prosecute their political enemies. That's what's happening, goddammit. It's been a long time. Been a long time.
I want to bring in Scott McFarland. We mentioned we have reporters who have been witnessing what's happening inside that courtroom. Yep. Scott, tell us what you've been seeing.
What have you
Donald
been seeing,
Trump has
Scott?
just pleaded not guilty to 34 counts
Whoa.
of falsifying business records in the first degree.
Whoa.
He's seated at the defense table, surrounded by 3 defense attorneys, wearing his suit and his red tie, spoke in a pretty loud voice when he said, not guilty, as
not
the clerk
guilty.
of Judge Juan Marchand read the top line. 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. This is ongoing as we speak, Nora, but we have this development from the courtroom. This arraignment began moments ago.
That's
Took
Trump.
very little time to get to the plea
Trump.
from the 45th president of the United States.
I want to.
So Trump, also in news, as Alan Bragg has the.
Earlier this afternoon,
Here is the top cop in New York going after Donald Trump, taking the case right out in front of the public and revealing all of the dirty little details about the case. Unprecedented, really, for a district attorney to be out in front of the cameras discussing details of a case that hasn't been tried yet against a person that's supposed to be presumed innocent. But there he is out in front of the cameras. It's not political. It's just Trump's a bad guy.
Donald Trump was arraigned on a New York Supreme Court indictment returned by a Manhattan grand jury on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the first degree.
Wow.
Under New York state law, it is a felony to falsify business records with intent to defraud and an intent to conceal another crime. That is exactly what this case is about. 34 false statements made to cover up other crimes.
Wow. Well, what other crimes? So this is real. This is really getting real. We definitely have a system. We have people in power of our system that are using their positions to go after their political enemies. That's what it clearly looks like. We'll talk more about that tomorrow morning. Welcome everybody to the Dharma gathering. Why are we here? We're here to meditate, right? So breathe, relax, and enjoy. Is it possible? Is it even possible with a story like that now swirling in your head? Can you get Trump out of your mind for a minute? Let's find out. So welcome everybody. How's everybody doing? How we doing? Is everybody here? Is there anybody here? Is there anybody out there? welcome, 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 are using their positions to. So, yeah. So let's do that. So let's. So 90 days of meditation. Is it worth it? What is it? Why do it? Why bother? Why meditate? So it's a good thing to do, and your life will transform if you do it. So let's just breathe. We'll do this together. And we breathe, we relax, and enjoy. Right? Those are the exercises of mindfulness compressed into 3 simple phrases. All right, first, you notice your breathing. I'm breathing. I notice it. I'm breathing, and then I follow it all the way through. I follow it all the way through. I breathe all the way through. Thoughts may arise. You just breathe. Notice that you're breathing. Notice that the body is breathing with or without you. So that's the first thing you do. Notice you're breathing, and then follow it without a pause all the way through. And then you move on to the body. I notice I have a body. I'm still breathing. I'm breathing in. I notice I'm breathing, and I have a body. I feel the body. Any stress in the body, relax. Breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. It's all happening at the same time. One doesn't happen and then another happens. You notice you're breathing. And if you notice you're breathing, then what else is there? There's the body. The body is already there. And then you add the third, which is enjoy. Creating a sense of joy and happiness. Breathing in, I generate a sense of joy and happiness. Breathing out. Following the breath all the way through. Breathing in. If I find my breath, I also find joy. The ability to enjoy. They're all connected. So that's what it is. That's the condensed version of the Buddha teaching. Notice your breathing and follow it. Notice you have a body and relax. Breathing in, I generate a sense of joy, a sense of happiness. Okay, that's all it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. So let's try that for 5 minutes. All right. So we do this in silence. It's not a guided meditation. Nobody can guide you. You just do it. Bring us in. welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the stream. Good job. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's hear from the guru. What's the guru got for us tonight? Hello, guru.
Good morning, dear Sangha. Today is January the 18th, the year 2004, and we are in the Deer Park Monastery during our winter retreat. Last time we spoke about how to be fully present, how to become fully present, how to become fully alive. The practice is so easy that if it would be a pity if you don't do it, because you need only breathe in mindfully, to make a peaceful, mindful step that you could become fully present, fully alive. The power of mindfulness, the energy of mindfulness is available because every one of us has a seed of mindfulness in our consciousness. We need only to touch that seed in order for it to become energy. The energy of mindfulness makes us alive, fully present in the here and the now. And that is the Buddha. That is our holiness. Holiness is not something outside, it is inside. The Buddha is inhabited by the energy of mindfulness, concentration and insight. We can also be inhabited by the same kind of energy. And if we keep the energy of mindfulness, concentration and insight alive, we are Buddhas. We are good continuations of the Buddha. We live in forgetfulness. We have pain and sorrow. That is the kind of garbage in us that can be used in order to nourish the flower of mindfulness, concentration and insight. The holiness is made of elements that are not holy, like anger, like fear, like jealousy, like despair. But if we know how to make use of these garbage, how to transform them into compost, we can nourish the flower of mindfulness, aliveness, compassion, and joy in us. Because garbage and flowers, they are both organic. The suffering in us is also of an organic nature. The happiness that we produce is also organic. And that is why both of them can be transformed, garbage into flower and flower into garbage. That is why practicing is possible. You don't need to throw anything away. We are like organic gardeners. We keep the garbage. We make them into heaps and we transform them into nourishing elements in order to produce the flowers of mindfulness, of concentration, of insight, of peace, of happiness. The Buddha also, he made his happiness out of the elements of affliction. And life is a process of transformation. If we know the art of transformation, then we will not be afraid anymore of the garbage in us. You can smile to them, oh my little garbage, I know you are there, and I will help you to transform into peace and joy. So no need to run away from your pain, your sorrow. You just recognize them, embrace them, and help them to transform. No fear. And that is what the Buddha did during his lifetime. And
it's just so powerful what he's saying about how to reuse the garbage when you're meditating and you see the garbage. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much this evening. If you guys want to come on in, into the chat, and the water's warm down here. The water's warm down here. It's actually quite warm in Pennsylvania right now. It's 74 degrees here in northeast Pennsylvania. 74 sunny degrees. If anybody wants to come on in, join. I forgot to join. There I am. I'm in. And if you want to join, here's the link. I'm dropping the link into the chat. If you want to come aboard for a short period of time, chat it up, maybe talk about meditation, talk about the Trumpster taking center stage today, or whatever else you want to talk about, whatever else there is to talk about. It's unprecedented times where it could be scary times. Who's next? Who's going to get carted off to jail next? Right? Who's going to be prosecuted for their campaign strategy? That's what Trump got. Trump is being incarcerated for his campaign strategy. He had a strategy, and now it's illegal to use that strategy anymore because we say so. What's up, man? Come on down. Tony Yao. What's up, Tony? What's up, Tony? Anybody who wants to come into the live video chat, go ahead and do it. Hit the Weevil Girl's here. Weevil Girl is here. And pal, Weevil Girl's here. Weevil Girl. What's up, Weevil Girl? How are you, man?
Hey. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Good evening. So what do you think? Did you watch the guy Alvin Bragg lay out what he's doing in New York to Trump? You watch that piece?
No, I gotta catch up on that. It's all happening really fast.
I'll play it tomorrow morning. That was the key one. That was the key when the district attorney, he came out in front of the cameras and he told the world what the 34 indictments were, and now the next is Trump's response. You got to wait for his response. He's Alvin Bragg, the DA, he came out late in the day, so Trump is probably still on a plane somewhere or whatever, and but he'll come out, he'll come back. I don't know. You tell me. Does this play bad for Trump?
I think it's just going to help Trump actually with his base, is going to rally around him. And so in some ways it's going to be really good. I think he's doing a good job of using it to his benefit, and so far, and he's a master at using media to his benefit. So they're kind of messing with the wrong guy if they think they're going to take him down with media. And there's no such thing as bad press either. It's all just furthering his name, giving him more and more attention, fueling the flames. Yeah, that's my thoughts. I think it's good for him.
It does. The case definitely lights up the sleepy Democratic left. Now, there's a lot of people that hate Trump. They hated Trump so much. I hate Trump. I can't follow politics anymore. And then Trump kind of went away, and so did they, right? But now it's election season again, as it always comes around once again. and they got to go wake up those people, those angry people that bought into the idea that all their problems were Trump. And because they're still there. Now they got to go, they're harvesting that. They got to go harvest that, wake it up, and I mean, it's politics and propaganda at a high level, and
Yes.
Trump's all in. Trump is all in. They see Trump as a threat. If Trump gains power, you can't have that. Trump, you're supposed to go away already, right? We're the career guys.
Yeah.
We're here, right? If
They've
Trump,
spent decades lining this up the way they wanted it, and here comes Trump.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not a fan of Trump. I don't feel like he's a gentleman or like maybe like someone I'd want to be friends with in real life. But yeah, he's really not part of their system. And this just drives home that point that he's not part of the mainstream Washington, D.C. Beltway.
right,
That he's an outsider, that he's not one of them. Well, that makes more people like him.
right.
And when they play petty like this, with these petty kind of charges that they have, yeah, then I think that upsets more people too, because they're spending our tax dollars on these kind of petty acts. Hey, Benny.
Yo,
What's up, Benny? How are you, man?
How's it
good,
going?
man. Oh man, just trying to get a few things done. It's just, damn, it's hard for me to do nothing. I'm supposed to do nothing for like 6 weeks. Well, walk around or something and die. Oh, this has been awful. How's everybody doing?
Good. We're talking about the whole talking about the Trump thing. Trump in New York. Trump is center stage again. In my view, so far, he's the winner. He's winning the thing. They're talking about him. Who gets charged with who gets charged with 34 felonies and he's not even in the courtroom for an hour. He gets off his big fat plane. He's in there for an hour and then he's out of there. Back on his big fat plane. How does Trump get hurt? How's he getting hurt in any of this? All right, he buys, he plays up.
I don't think he is. That's not gonna do nothing. It may even help him and wake some people up. This is just out of hand. I don't even want to claim this part. All of it's terrible.
It really is. It really is that it's that extreme. It's like you cannot believe what you're seeing. You're watching, the prosecution of a political adversary, an enemy.
Right.
They perceive him as an enemy, Trump. Again, if Trump would have walked off into the sunset like most presidents do, this would not have happened. Therefore,
or other people that just become lobbyists. They're still in politics. Don't let them fucking fool you. Remember John Boehner?
Yeah.
Okay, they show him on the golf course. Yeah, it's nice to be out there. I'm just this guy from Ohio or Idaho now on the golf course. No, you're a lobbyist for China. But the Republicans, nobody wants to talk about that. They're not going to call him out on that. See that selective policy? It's like, well, he's kind of, we're in the same party and, you don't have the same interests if you're thinking of party with him. You know what I mean? Oh, man. It's bad.
And it's being led, the whole thing is being led by Joe Biden, who is clearly not running anything. He's really not in charge. You could see that he's just kind of like grandpa, running out on the lawn, handling a couple of questions, and he runs back. He runs into the chopper.
Sniffing all his hair and all that kind of shit. Yeah, he's got grandpa.
That's how
legs.
That's how deep state wants government run. You stay over there and shut up, Biden. Oh, he's senile and he doesn't say anything. He doesn't. Is it that
He's
simple?
a demented circus monkey, in my opinion. I mean, the guy is just really
Trump, on the other hand,
I can't believe they can run him again.
Say again.
I can't believe they can run Biden again. I think they're going to somehow back him out at the last minute and try to run Kamala, but maybe they already know that Kamala isn't going to do well either. So they're scared to actually do that plan.
I agree.
Now they're going to.
I agree with that plan. I think the plan will be to run Biden right to so that there's no primary. There's no primary. No. The president is running again. And as you get closer towards election day, then he bows out and the Democrats stick in the candidate because they don't
We don't have another candidate. It's either Trump or Kamala.
Yeah. It could be Kamala Harris. It could be somebody else. It could be they could pick somebody else. They could pick a Pete Buttigieg. Anybody who's a yes sir. They stick them in there.
That's the whole problem. They can pick anyone they want and then stuff it down our throats because that's what they've been doing. 2016. Right.
I mean, who are the real big money are gonna want? And that's what needs to change.
They want the fool. They want the fool. Hey, look, I said it on this channel way back when Joe Biden, when they were on the Democratic stage, when all the Democrats were on the stage, and people were saying, well, who are the Democrats going to go with? And I said, follow the money. And Joe Biden was in New York raising money, sitting at the table with the billionaires. And who did they pick? They picked Joe Biden. That's who the money picked, Joe Biden. And that's who they got. The people picked Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, or both. And the money picked Joe Biden. And that's how it went. And that's real. That's, So who does the money want? The money wants a Joe Biden. Yeah, I'll do whatever. President. He'll just be Obama. He'll just go along with whatever's going down.
Another yes man. I think Obama was high up in some other things. He had some power, in my opinion, and different agendas and things being pushed. He was definitely,
Obama was brilliant. I mean, Barack Obama's a brilliant, human being. How he managed to outwit the Clintons and the dirty Democrats, and become both races at the same time, right? The ultimate hoodwink. I'm both. I'm black and white. My mother was white.
And they talked a lot of shit on him too.
And he played it.
They ended around whacking him.
He played it. So don't kid yourself. Obama is one of the greatest of all time. He's up there with Trump. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, politicians, right? Trump.
Yeah.
It's do or die. It's do or die for Trump. If he wins, he has power again. And he goes and he destroys all his enemies. He stomps on them like the Hulk. If he loses...
Can't he do that anyway? Does he have to be president?
Yeah, he does.
He's really pretty powerful already. He already can get media attention. He can already slam people.
No, he wants to be the boss. See, that's the difference. He wants to be the boss. He wants to run it and tell you what to do. That's how Trump. Yeah. That's what Trump is, because Trump thinks that's Donald Trump, man. That's how Trump is, and he's not gonna. That's how it's gonna be. He's just gonna steamroll whoever gets in his way, and that's how he's gonna play it.
Jeb Bush, he was just so funny. He's all like, "Well, you're not gonna just. What do you think you're gonna insult your way to the White House?" He goes, "I will be on Pennsylvania Avenue either way. I'm gonna be there whether it's my hotel or both the White House and the hotel.
That's great.
Mad, yeah, he's like, you're gonna get tired, so tired of winning. We're gonna win. We're gonna keep winning. It's like this fucking guy, man. I was a huge fan of his. Okay, actual like fan. I got collectors. These are real Donald Trump glasses.
Oh.
I got the case, and I got a bunch of different Trumps. So I used to watch him every morning.
First time I
so
ever.
You were kind of like
my day on Fox and Friends. Yeah, I'd watch him, and he would talk about this stuff, and you know, the industry. We don't have the industry. I needed multiple thousands and thousands of windows for another project I'm doing. He goes, I can't get them here. I have to deal with China. I have to. You know, he talk about all that stuff. They're in Trump Tower, the one in New York that their bank is. He goes, I'm their landlord. That bank is in my building.
Trump, if
he has connections.
If they really wanted to dig into Trump's background, there's so much of that. You know, he was in one of the shadiest businesses, real estate and construction, and working with the mob and Rudy Giuliani and all the gangsters that he was, you know, or you know,
absolutely.
Donald Trump was in the ring when Mike Tyson punched. You know, what was that guy? Michael, fucking, whoever. But he was a boxer. You know, a boxing promoter.
What's it?
I forgot what I was going to say.
No, I can't remember.
He's a fascinating guy. He's been in so many different businesses, and to watch him, you know, I mean. He's not going to bow out. That's the deal. Even under this type of extreme pressure.
He's not.
All right.
He's not.
Because that's what
Did you see his
being
response? Yeah.
I have not
where
seen
Where he's standing in the rain. It was like a paid advertisement or something response. And he's standing in the rain in his suit, and basically the last thing he says is, you know, I'm going to keep fighting. I forget the exact words, but he's going to keep fighting.
Yeah. No, he's not. It's not in his nature to bow out. You know, his problems. It would be interesting too if he did bow out, how the legal problems would go away. You know what I mean? Everything would suddenly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
Right.
You go away, and all this shit won't be happening. It's a pretty simple equation.
Watching the DA, I think is. We'll watch it tomorrow morning on the show. It's. I mean, the body language is fascinating. He's a hitman from New York, hired and elected to go after Trump. That was his campaigning, you know, platform. I'll go after Trump. Right? Unprecedented, right? These are like paid hacks. And him and Letitia James in New York just went after him. And now you know, again, it's not hard to convince a grand jury. It's not hard to get an indictment at all, really. They just, because it's a one-sided argument. It's just prosecution says, here, this is what we have, and there's no pushback. But it's not guilt. It's just an indictment, you know. And
yeah, what were they saying? His next appearance wouldn't be till in December.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
They'll drag it on. It's not going to happen before 2024. It's just That's really it now. You got the date. I didn't even hear that date. So December.
Yeah.
They're dangling that carrot out there, and they're telling their constituents, the Democrats, the Democratic people, oh, we're going to get Trump. We're going to get revenge on Trump for you, because half of them have Trump derangement syndrome, and they want Trump so bad, you know,
right?
And they want him locked up. just like he wanted Hillary locked up.
Right.
And then
But he didn't
they're
do
dangling this carrot out there saying, we're going to get him, but this isn't even going to happen. You got to vote for us because we're the ones going to make sure we get Trump.
Right.
And then they won't even. It's just a game.
Yeah.
So
it's a hell of a gaslighting campaign where people don't, Trump's record as a world leader, bringing peace, de-escalating nuclear war with North Korea. That's who Trump is, a world leader, and to denigrate the presidency like that is unprecedented.
Yeah.
They hate him so much they'll destroy the president, the presidency,
They must feel really threatened, I guess.
Yes. That's what it is.
Very, very threatened.
It's fear, because they know that Trump is not just some outsider. Trump was the president of the United States. He saw everything. He knows everything.
And he's already done this once. Yeah. They're afraid he can actually do it again.
Right. That's the real story. That's the story right there. I'm getting darker, aren't I? I'm getting darker.
It's getting darker out, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep the light off. I like it like this. I like I'm in
space. It's staying the same here in the space shuttle.
Right.
It's just the same in space.
I feel like the image is like I'm like a hologram.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, you do feel like I could just fade out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's insane. So he didn't do Smith Mundt. There's a lot of stuff he didn't do, and we're still holding him to that and everything. What about the term limits? What about really getting in there? And how'd that work out for him? Look at him now.
Hey, you know what?
Look at him.
What president in our history ever stood on the podium from the bully pulpit from the presidency and said the elections in this country are rigged? Who came out of who in historically president ever came out of that office and told the people what was going on? Nobody.
Right.
Trump did that.
There was a little bit that went on when Obama was in, and Obama was pretty good about putting stuff off him and just kind of poo-pooing it and stuff. He had his personality was like that, or he was, whether you don't like him or like, he was kind of likable in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This
fucking guy, man.
He was good for the times,
He's
Obama.
really
Obama was right for the time. He inspired a lot of people. He was,
He spoke on it a little bit, though, because of the media and things there. He said, well, it wouldn't be the first time somebody's monkeying around with an election.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're putting out all this race stuff and everything real heavy right now. I said, ooh, are they going to jump on him for saying monkey?
Yeah. Hold on one second. So the charges appear to be 34 checks written to the girl, says Just Me Too in the chat. Yeah, something like that. I haven't seen the indictment. I didn't see it, or obviously didn't read through it. But yeah, whatever it is, I think it's a chain reaction. It's one felony, but there's 34 counts or something. Who knows?
Yeah, no one's ever had this with. I mean, just so much shit against murders and witnesses and everything else, and stealing fucking from the White House, Bill and Hillary.
This is an account. These are accounting errors. These are accounting errors. These are people that are not professional, whatever election years, and money gets mixed up. Right? That happens all the time. Money gets mixed up. Who's paying? How are we going to pay this one without telling that one? It's called business. That's all that is. That's just
Right.
those are just business dealings. They're not. It's not like the Clinton Foundation literally taking millions and millions of dollars and with Hillary Clinton has a book. Who gets a favor for the money given? I mean, clear, quid pro quo by the Democrats. You thought what Trump was doing is not even in the same category. It's just simple accounting. We have this problem of this personality that won't go away. Pay her and she'll go away. That's the deal, a gag order.
Yeah, but if you're only supposed to use one account only for certain things, and then you can't do that. If I'm working at a fast food place and I just use their account to pay for my stuff instead of my account, I get in a lot of trouble. So, I mean, yeah, right. I think they got him. It's pretty petty, but it is technically illegal, and this is the only thing they can get on him.
Yeah.
It's technically wrong, but
there's more. I know there was other cases. We don't know.
There are none. There's nothing. There's nothing like it. There's nothing. There's no precedence. There's no precedence for someone to have been brought up on such charges of election. There's nothing.
Senators have campaign finance fraud.
Right.
Okay.
But not a president like this.
I know. I mean, like at Slick Willie and Hitler. I mean, those guys there still after this is an impeached guy. Both of them should be like up for execution. He's impeached. He's there till the last day. They're taking out George Washington's dishes and all kinds of shit, he's pardoning people. It's like
Nixon didn't get locked up.
I know.
What is this about?
Nothing happened to any of those people. Only thing which surprised me is the Logan Act. Hillary did get in trouble for that, and there was some hope there. That was back when she was first lady, and they just fined her for going to Bilderberger and secret meetings that people, that's conspiracy that don't exist. Oh, yes, it does. And going on for a very long time. And yeah, she's, they slapped her with that. Cost her a couple $100,000 or something. Obama was doing 15-minute meetings if you were one of the business power or anybody. For like $150,000,
sure,
you could talk to him.
Right.
There's a lot of shit.
I've been at those. I've seen Bill Clinton do one where they pay him, I don't know, $100,000 to show up. I saw him when he did one at Juilliard in front of these ton of rich people. And that's standard, There's a talking fees, speaking fees. That's how they make their money.
Right.
I'll speak.
Pitching fees. Hey, do this.
Yeah,
could be,
let's do it. That's influence peddling. That's what that is. He shows up and you pay him $100,000 not to show up, but what do we get out of it? Some kind of some kind of favor comes your way. Some kind of political favor or whatever. They don't just give away.
Carter was actually an exception. He was like an honorable guy. Everything he did after he was president, he went and would he build houses for people? And he's amazing.
Yeah, he's
amazing person.
Good work here in Georgia. He's done a lot of different things for people. Yeah, boy, he's shammed on that party too. Like, God,
yeah. I think Trump is is basically a rock star though, right? He's like a modern day. It's like the Roman Empire. He's like Caesar or somebody that just rises up from the right at 74 years old.
Right.
He's a fascinating character. He's almost like a superhero. Where he's defying the whole system single-handedly. Right down to like his plane takes off from from Mar-a-Lago. He's now cruising over, and now he's landing in New York at LaGuardia, and here comes the superhero, right? And now he's back on the plane, and he's really is. He's a superhero.
Yeah, he's either a hero or a villain, depending on your perspective.
Right. He's also he's a superhero or villain, right? To some he's Darth Vader or somebody. He's the dark evil.
Yeah. You said it best. He's center stage, and he keeps himself center stage.
Yeah.
And
still we have no heroes. We can just only hope that some kind of good things come out of it.
Right. We're still talking about the balance of power and what it means for regular American people. That's how they're going to vote. Right. And, and Trump speaks for them. He speaks for them. Right. I get pushed aside all the time. I see what they're doing to you. Yeah. It's political prosecution. And they jump on that. Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's an easy one to. It's an easy sell, and a lot of people will rally around that. They want to see the system come down.
When I went to LinkedIn, it was because I own a trademark, a copyright on some stuff, and I wanted to because the stuff that Trump does and everything. I joined in there to hook up to him. He's pretty hard to get to, Mr. Trump, even way before he was president.
Yeah.
That's like I'm going through all of his stuff. Man, I wish I was safe. It's like business contact. And so I'm going through all these. I know he's a lifelong lefty. He's in with everybody though, and I don't.
Trump was a Democrat the whole time, his whole career in New York, always.
Friends of Trump. It's another money laundering thing. It's just something out of New York, and who is the CEO of the board? Hillary Clinton. Okay, so all of that stuff. So I'm taking all my political stuff down and everything, tracking to me, so I can get my. I had the idea pretty much there. It was the first virtual vineyard that would go great in me. And the way I have it designed and everything. But then this started to come and he was digging into Obama and he didn't know where he stood. And then he's on Alex Jones. Next thing he's running for president. And all of that shit's gone. So.
Yeah, I've only met Trump once early in New York. It was a catering event, and it was an opening of one of his buildings, and he was just he was kind of he wasn't as it was before the TV his TV show, so he wasn't as refined. He seemed a little angry and a little uptight, But I only met him once. He wasn't particularly, rememberable. It's like, oh, here he is. He's the angry guy. And the building, the building he was opening wasn't really nice. It was just one weird, time that I had met him in New York. Saw him close, like right there. You gotta
I was
deal with
right
him.
there. Well, he was doing the rally stuff. Right there, walked right up to him. It's like there was these older women and stuff. They were still going gaga. Oh, way the hell out in the parking lot. I mean,
he's got a lot of energy. He's a high energy guy, Trump.
He touched me and he called me. You see him? Oh my God, man. Just like cloud nine. That just, man, they just met the rocks. Oh my God.
Right. He's like Elvis. What politician gets that, I think Bernie Sanders.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders had that vibe. He had it for a moment there, and but it turned out he had no backbone to continue the politics.
Right.
But he did have that. Bernie Sanders touched on it clearly in 2016. People were just young people pulling for him.
I wanted to see them face off. I did want to see that because it's interesting. Is you had Bernie and you had Trump, but you had these Bernie people. Oh, well, hell no, it's not Bernie. We're going with Trump. So the whole thing was getting kind of like, wow, this is getting kind of strange, interesting. What's going to happen here?
Sanders would have won if Sanders was the Democratic candidate. He would have won because Bernie was fighting not only the Republican Party, but he was fighting the Democrats. Right? And if they would have rolled over and supported him instead of Hillary Clinton, all of the 30% of the young people would have been knocking on every door in America to get rid of Trump, and Bernie would have been the president. Thank you, new generation. They were pulling young people. Whenever young people are pulling like that, the wholeness of the youth, the liberal youth, all coming together, that happens in the Democratic Party. And they were behind Sanders. They were behind Bernie. For sure. So if Bernie was the candidate, hands down, he would have won because of he would have had the young people and the money pulling for him. Right? So he would have won. Yeah. For that reason.
He had a base, and people were coming out to see him. Right. They aren't even showing up. I mean, wow. He did 2 rallies here in one day. One of them was going to be so much bigger that at the last minute, they got a different venue here, which was unusual. And it was like 100 degrees. And he pulled a Trump. He did 2 here in Augusta, Georgia. I was like, wow.
He's tough, man. Right? I saw Bernie. I was at a handful of Bernie rallies. He's tough. He goes from one to the other and bang, bang. I mean, his downfall was that he kept saying the same things over and over again. He wasn't that, he wasn't that nimble, but very powerful.
I saw him a couple times. Yeah.
I saw Trump. I mean, Trump. It's the crowd. When you go to Trump rally, the crowd is fantastic. It's just fun and interesting, and oh man, politics. We're talking about it again. We're back there. We're back there. Trump is bringing it all back. He's bringing it all back.
Yeah, you guys. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really kind of a really interesting circus. I mean. I wish we could have a third party someone. They're never going to allow that.
No. And they don't, any third party or independent parties, they don't get in debates. They don't make it on ballots in most of the states. I mean, it's just from the beginning, like, okay, go ahead.
And you saw what they did to Tulsi when she qualified to get in the debate. They upped the qualification requirements.
It's not going to happen. It's the cheating and the ingrainedness of the two parties. They control all of the electoral, politics. They're not going to. Yeah, they're not going to let a third party kill that.
Yeah, I always thought this electoral
third parties. What happens with third parties? Third parties usually, historically in America, arise when one party collapses, like the Whigs. When the Whigs, when the Whigs, when the Republicans came out of the Whigs, because the Democrats, it was Democrats and Whigs, and then the Republicans were the other party, and then once they took off, the Whigs dissolved. That's usually how it happens. And neither one of these two parties right now looks like they're going to dissolve.
But I bet they were all allowed at the debates back then.
Say again? They were what?
They were probably all allowed to be at the debate. To get an article in the newspaper that would be somewhat equal coverage.
They used to shoot each other, They used to actually duel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was a different time.
Andrew Jackson, right? And
One of those.
Yeah.
There was a modern vice president that had a shootout with some other
I think
guy
it was Andrew Jackson.
in New Jersey. They settled the dispute, and one got shot in the duel. So
Wow.
it's I mean, you think of it now and say that's barbaric, but that's how it was. You know, you see how fast time changes. Right? The customs then. But equally, look what's happening now, where there's no sense of law and order. Right? There's this kind of, it's just.
There's no checks and balances. There's we don't have all the things that are who are going to police the ones that are supposed to be policing. When corruption, we don't have that. I mean, they could shut down anything. You have like a little Hoover commission coming in and overlooking 3-panel judges and federal receivership of all kinds of different institutions and stuff. No, we don't have all that anymore.
No.
Yeah, we have a lot of good ideas, but nobody wants that.
The only thing we can hope for is, you got like a Musk or somebody like that that's got a lot of power,
A rich guy,
a lot of money, and that you can't knock around. And that's the only way we're going to really, that I see, that we're going to get change. We're going to get something. We're going to be, in some sort of functioning matrix.
What do you think? What do you think people want? What do you think people want in America right now? It's hard to say. What do you think they want?
Well, no, we got some serious problems, man. I think they want some. I think something besides this uncertainty.
So they want some ground. They want something grounded,
right?
Like what? Grounded in jobs, grounded in
something,
some sort of
some stability, something that makes you feel safe in every which way. That's going to be okay.
So they're looking for an uplifting, someone to come in and lift them up and make them feel good about America again. That it's not this divided place.
Yeah,
right?
Because we're not getting that. Like we don't have any real heroes.
I think people want accountability too. I think people want to know that their votes are actually counting. They want more transparency so that people can be accountable for where is all this waste happening? Where are all these lies happening? Why can't we get real journalism? Why can't we get real news? Why don't our votes count? And they want accountability. Why do war criminals walk around free and my neighbor's locked up? People don't like it. People aren't happy. Why does my place get shut down, but Walmart's open?
Yeah, it's getting
during
worse.
COVID.
It really is.
It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem like the playing field is fair. It seems like there's people, there's people, and then there's people that matter, and then there's everybody else. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, George Carlin, I guess, summed it all up many years ago.
Yeah.
What's up, Mad
Great
Cow
big
Marcus?
party, and you're not in it.
Right, it's a big party, and we're not in it. I don't know. I just don't. Trump resonates, right, with a lot of people. They see him now as the great savior, the superhero. What are the Democrats offering? How do they? Obviously, they have to make him the villain. That's obvious. Their strategy is to vilify him and to everything that he's good at, everything that he's strong at. You got to make it a crime.
Or any crimes we committed, try to pin on him.
right?
Right.
Or it'll be a conspiracy working with other things. He's the guy, you know. Well, Capitol, storm the Capitol. That was all because Trump. Yep.
What about the petrodollar? Are you guys a little worried about the petrodollar?
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't look like there will be.
Even the Fed and all of them are doing this. It's just like, wow. I don't know how in the hell they think they're going to just swing in this no cash thing as they're bringing up their people in. How? Well, it's going to cost a lot of shit.
But isn't Saudi Arabia going to start buying oil and fuel in the Chinese yen?
And the yens and stuff. Yeah.
That's probably happening to some degree already. That the
right.
But
starting.
But the people that matter, right? Like Japan, like the bulk of the Saudi money, most of Europe, it's all in dollars, right? If that changes, you want to see an ally turn into an enemy. Let them stop trading in dollars. Anybody in Europe? Oh, you want to trade with in yen with the Chinese? Now you're out of NATO. Now they'll sanction your country and vilify it.
And that's an act of war. Sanctions an act of war. So
don't kid yourself. The dollar is still strong for those reasons. That the government's not going to sit back and let people walk away from that deal that's been in effect since World War II. We deal in dollars, and we print all we want, and you take it.
Yeah. When they just went nuts, and they just fractional banking, and
we spend 700. We spent $700 billion on military. How much do you spend? You know what we got? You know what we got? That's America. You know how many guns and bullets and tankers we have and bombs? More than you.
It's crazy.
10 times more than you. And that's the real fear, We'll back you.
And we got all the propaganda machines going with all your stuff for war rhetoric and everything. And just keep it going. It's Russia. They messed with all the porn on the internet. Okay, we got to bomb those fuckers. Now I'm pissed. You know what I mean? People like,
It's a distraction.
Everything.
It's a big distraction. The whole Trump thing is a giant distraction away from the things that matter. Talk about Trump and some porn star and
absolutely.
Did
this is going to be dominating
Hunter Biden.
This Fed thing.
Trump is going to go after. He's going to go after Hunter Biden. He's going to go after the whole, the whole thing. He's going to go after Biden personally.
Right.
He's not going to.
And Ukraine and the whole connection.
Ukraine, the whole thing. All the evidence on the laptop. So, Trump misallocated funds. There's not going to be any conviction of that long after Trump is gone.
Yeah, all of these people.
If Trump wins, then it's not even possible that it'll ever be prosecuted. If Trump wins the presidency, that'll go away. If he loses, it'll probably go away slower, pending on how fast he goes away and decides to go away. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, man.
I did see, I saw one cool thing. Not cool, actually, but crazy. DeSantis, they're saying he worked at Guantanamo Bay and that there was that one prisoner. Did you see that?
No.
I just saw a blurb about it.
They had it on Democracy Now! And this guy was being force-fed, violently because he was on a starvation diet or a starvation protest. And supposedly DeSantis walked past, was supervising this, laughed or smiled about what was going on.
Just walking around Guantanamo Bay, laughing around. So I just, I don't know. Think so.
I find it interesting, and I don't know what to believe, but
yeah. Well, he's one of those guys that, you know, he's criminal, you know, they believe in that stuff. They believe that Guantanamo was the right place to put you know, the dirty people that blew up the buildings in 9/11, and Guantanamo was the lawless place where we put them all, and they could say and do whatever they want. We don't care. It was one of those, we'll waterboard them. That's you know, a lot of Americans like that. They want a revenge.
No trial.
No.
Yeah, no trial.
No, this is war.
Yeah,
These
13 years.
Right.
Yeah. They don't even have to let people know they can
Americans wanted that. They wanted blood after 9/11. As long as it was them.
Yeah.
As long as it was them.
Revenge.
Right. It was revenge.
The other.
So DeSantis isn't very un-American for liking that. A lot of Americans enjoy that. They enjoy it. They want to see. Let's reserve at least one place where we could torture people. Right?
Oh yeah, sure.
We have Guantanamo. If we need to torture, we just send them there and torture them. But some of these other prisons that the United States have, like the Supermax. All right, Vinny. These are like isolation chambers. They're dead silent. They make them so. You've been. I mean, these are that Supermax is putting people literally in solitary confinement in a silenced for 23 hours a day.
I've lived like it.
Wow.
For like 9-10 months at a time sometimes. Freezing as fuck in there. No real blanket, a sheet, little mattress thing. You don't have any pillow. You don't have any socks. You have your underwear, t-shirt, a towel. That's it. You don't know what time of day it is.
Wow.
Nothing. You have no. You only know because of the shift that's on. You know, the cops, but otherwise, yeah. Oh fuck.
So that is. I mean, that is torture. That is solitary confinement. Is a form of torture.
Yeah. After a while, sometimes you don't want to go out and deal with people like that. So I think another yard, like where, fuck.
You lose your ability. You lose your ability to be around other people. You lose your ability to a fear of other people would kick in. I've done silent retreats where you're quiet, not necessarily away from people, but silent for 10 days.
Right.
When it comes time to socialize, you're really not. You kind of lose interest in it, right? For a moment, and then it's fun again. Then you snap back.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine that for.
Right.
And you're signing up for that. You know what you're in for. But the torture part of it, where people have no tools, no way of surviving that. Right. You can survive that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Isn't the other problem then after we've tortured someone like that, that now when they're speaking on the media, do we know if they're being coerced into that? Or is this guy out of the grip of the government?
Right.
I mean, it's sad I even have to question that, but I really don't know.
Yeah, it's
they could say, you want out? You want to be done with us for good? You're going to go on here? You're going to mention you saw DeSantis? And you saw him laughing at you.
It is interesting what's happening. It's interesting what's happening in America.
I'm not saying that's what happened. I just don't know.
We really don't trust we don't trust establishment at all. We think that there is clearly something not right about it. Right? Almost in every respect. Right? The elections, banking, whatever it is, pick it in terms of the courts, right? There's this suspicion people have that.
Yeah. Our system is it's just so failed in so many areas of everything. It's just, that's another thing is that people know that are like, oh God, man, who am I going to get to help us? How do we do this when everything's screwed up, Now you got problem with people in the system and stuff. Who's going to police the people that are supposed to be policing all this? And nobody is. Nobody is. That's bad.
Is it? Are we at the precipice of the 1960s again? Do you think that there'll be some sort of revolution?
Should be interesting to find out.
It's already 60 years. The 1960s was 60 years ago. Revolutions usually happen every 40. So we skipped over one. We skipped over one, I think. But
so the brainwashing's working.
Yeah, it's working.
We've been successfully subdued, you guys.
Yeah.
By the TVs, by the screens, by the propaganda.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think, can you imagine a real revolution would probably require us to unplug from our TVs and our internets.
Right.
And I don't think anyone's ready yet.
No.
No,
we're
going the other direction.
We're pretty domesticated.
Why do you say that Why do you say that a revolution has to be without electronic devices? Because of the control that is instituted in that? Like right now, someone is ending the call in 10 minutes? That sort of thing?
Yeah, there you go. Right. That was kind of timely, wasn't it? Oh.
So a revolution has to be face to face.
I know that actual revolutions have been aided by technology too.
Right.
And technology has helped certain groups organize revolutions.
Well,
but I'm just saying, if we really need to break away.
I think this. When I was in the city, right, New York City, and there were rallies forming for the George Floyd, protests.
Yeah.
From out of nowhere, tens of thousands of young people appeared from out of nowhere, it seemed. Now, I'm from New York, and I didn't know where they were coming from. How did they get there? Everything was closed, and suddenly there's tens of thousands of kids converging on a spot that was not advertised in any way that I knew. How did it happen?
Right.
So you want to tell me that they're not gaming technology? They are. They communicate in a way that they all know right away. So.
Oh yeah, you know it.
You got to be connected. You got to be connected into that, right? Into that. And then all of a sudden you'll show up. It just makes sense. Oh yeah, we have to show up now. We have to. You're all connected at the same. I think that technology can continue. It continues, and it could actually amplify, what you're doing. It's just there has to be.
Like the convoy and everybody that donated money to the convoy.
It's a two-edged sword, man. Right. All of it is.
You got to work. You got to move fast.
So much technology on us, but at the same time, a lot of that's bit them in the ass because they don't want everybody learning. Wait a minute. They're filming us. They're collecting shit. We got to come after all these people. Hold on.
Everybody's watching somebody. Everybody's watching somebody else. There is no they really. When you break it down, there is no they. It's trying to get to the core of where is America at right now, right? And when you study a story like Trump, and it's kind of like it's a way to kind of gauge it, right? how
Read the
outrageous.
pulse of America.
Yeah, you take the pulse of the country, in a situation like this. What are people? Are the angry? I hate Trump. They're going to come back, right? And so that's why it's revealed in politics. I don't know though. Anyway, it's good talking to you guys. I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Someone to talk to.
We just hope for the best. Meditate.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I do all the time. I wake up in the morning and I meditate, and I do long walks, meditation walks, laying out on the rocks in the sun. The sun has been beautiful.
right. Yeah.
But I do this for real. I mean, I spend a lot of time, doing that.
Yeah.
And,
I meditate too. I'm meditating all the time.
It's just a better way to be. It's a more comfortable, more relaxed way of being. And
Yeah, it is.
it's
It makes my days go by better because they're calmer.
right. Joyful, happy. You feel good. You feel better. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for. I think a lot of people are searching. They search politics. They think that the next politician is going to make them feel better, safer. I don't know. Trump's going to help me. He's going to make my. Really, it's an inside job. If you do this practice and you learn to generate your own joy and your own happiness, then you're not dependent on others for it. In fact, you become the spreader of it. That's what Thich Nhat Hanh was talking about. He's talking about people, when you find yourself suffering, when you find yourself down, depressed, whatever, envious, jealous, angry. He's saying in that video, he's basically telling you that is the fertilizer for joy and happiness. By turning into the body and feeling the anxiety and the stress, that's how you generate the relaxation. By locating it. So you're breathing, you locate the tension and it releases, and then from that is a joyful feeling. Right? That's the teaching of the Buddha. That's the exercise in mindfulness as outlined by the Buddha. That's just a condensed way of saying it. But that's what Thich Nhat Hanh is talking about. He's talking about you're finding the garbage, the accumulation of garbage in the body, and learning to relax and not letting it go, but transforming it into joy and happiness. So that when you're breathing, joy and happiness is already there. You're breathing, and people say, "Oh, this is boring. I just can't think. I just keep thinking." But if it's paired with joy and happiness, is the teaching of the Buddha. I breathe in, and I'm a sense of joy, relaxation, and enjoy from this non-thinking state that is fascinating. Right. So I breathe in, and it's a lot, and joy is also there. So is relaxation. Just by breathing. Right? That's the teaching of the Buddha.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's not sometimes. It's not, once in a while. It's all the time. It's constantly. Even like now, even as speaking, I know this. I'm breathing. I have a body. Right. I relax. Right. And from there, a sense of joy. It's pretty heavy, but that's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking
That's
about.
cool, yeah.
All right, man. I'll see you guys. Let's kill it here. We're over hour and 20, and fascinating times, man. Keep it going. Keep following it. I'll see you guys. See you, Vinny.
Hi, peeps.
Peace, man. Pow. Thank you all for joining me. Wow. Thank you, Weevil Girl. Thank you, Weevil Girl. And Vinny D. Martini. See you guys tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe we can get a response from Trump. Maybe Trump will hit the cameras and tell us more.